Your voice is getting deeper, your balls finally drop, and your dad is ready to kick you out the house. Well, welcome to puberty. Yes, that's right. You just finally turned 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Anyways, you hit puberty, okay? Your balls finally drop. You're getting hair in places you shouldn't be getting hairs on, okay? And one of the things I hate about puberty, about many other things, was number one,
the voice crack.
Okay. Now, the most embarrassing story I've ever had about my voice cracking was when I first said hey to a pretty girl. Now, I know what you're thinking, you know. Hey, B, why would you be scared to say hey to a beautiful girl? Okay, sorry, I'm not a maniac who just be going up to random women telling them, hey, how are you doing, okay? I wasn't thinking like that. I was 13. But anyways, it was on, I think you guys heard this before, but if you didn't, it was the 7th grade. So in the 7th grade, okay, 13, you know what I'm saying? I'm finally feeling myself. I'm feeling it. Anyways, so, you know, like, I'm experiencing different things from growing little hairs here and there, you know, but it was like patches, okay? I have more patches on my mustache than LeBron has on his head, okay? That's how bad it was. So I thought I was doing something, but I look crazy. Okay, I look like a Mexican dad, no lie. I know I look at like it now, but before then I look like I should be a Mexican dad who shouldn't have kids. I shouldn't be around children. That's how I look. They look bad. Okay, it was like pubic hair on my face. Okay, so there's a picture painting right there. Okay, so there was this pretty girl. We're gonna call her Brittany. Okay, so Brittany, she was in the same classroom as me, and I always, you know, when I seen her, I said, yo, she's really pretty. So in science, we're having a conversation. Well, the teacher basically was explaining to us the material and stuff. And, you know, like, she basically told me, hey, you know, Byron, can you pass around the papers? So I'm passing around the papers, you know, and I'm like, yo, this is my opportunity. I can finally say hello to this girl, like, make some type of combo, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, I gotta do it, man. I gotta do it for the greats, okay? What will Michael Jordan do? What will Kobe do? So I'm about to lay the paper down. As I'm laying the paper down, I start sweating, okay? I feel like there's like a knot, okay? Knot, okay? K-N-O-T. Maybe I said that wrong, probably not. Not nut, okay? Anyways, I feel like it's a knot going on in my throat, right? So I'm like, damn, okay, I'm sweating. My hands are getting sweaty, okay? They were like sticky, bro.
His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy.
I know you guys have felt that before. I was nervous, okay? I think the sweat was going down to my butt crack. That's how bad it was. So I'm about to say hey to her, okay? So this is literally a reenactment. So I put the paper down and I go like, hey, like that, bro. I started yodeling, hey, bro. Bro, she looked at me and then the whole classroom busted out laughing. And I just went like, and I said, I just went, I sat down, I put my head down. I didn't talk during the whole, like, that whole day. I didn't talk to nobody. I didn't say nothing to anybody, bro. Till this day, I promise you, well, not till this day. She brought it back up in the 12th grade, okay? In the 12th grade, she brought it back up, telling me, remember when you tried saying hey to me? And I said, well, hey to you, I never did such things. Okay, I'm trying to forget. It kills me. Now, the second thing that you will go through in puberty is you thinking that you know everything. And this is one of those things I hate it because it really blocks how great you can be. You know what I'm saying? Your parents tell you, hey, if you go work out, I'll help you. No, Mom, I don't need that. You're nobody to tell me what to do. I know you went through it, okay? Don't sit in these comments lying to me and saying me you follow everything your parents say. You're lying. I know you sneaked out, okay? Now, one of the things that I disobeyed my mom and my dad on was a curfew, okay? So my curfew was whenever they went out, because they would have like their dinner dates and stuff like that, you know? It's important to do that when you get older. Remember that. I gave you that advice. Anyways, basically my curfew was at 8 p.m., okay? If I was doing anything outside, I need to be in that house at 8 p.m. So there's one day they decided to basically go out, okay? They went out by themselves and they left me by myself. My older brother was with one of his friends and my little brother, I think he was at my cousin's or whatever. So, you know what I'm thinking? I'm chilling, you know. Back then, this is how old I was, okay? I was 14 at the time. This is when the sidekicks were available, okay? I know you guys only think about iPhones and that's the only thing that exists, but before then there was like these little flip phones, okay? Anyways, my cousin had called me. He's like, yo, what you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm just at home doing nothing, bro. He's like, yo, I just got a car, bro. You trying to come with me? And I'm like, You know, it was like 6 p.m. My mom told me she would be back at 9. I'm thinking, okay, boom, process it. She'll be back by 9. So I told him, yeah, bro, we can take a spin. I just gotta be back before 9. That's what I told him. Okay, peep that. Okay, this is gonna be important for later. Okay, so he comes in, boom, right? Like, I'm looking at it. Okay, and this is in Puerto Rico, so if you have a car, it could be the most beat down car. Okay, women are gonna like you, especially our age. Okay, I was 14 to 15 at the time. I'm like excited. I'm like, yeah, like, let's go, let's do this. Okay, so I get in the vehicle. Boom, I know my mom is gonna watch it because she actually watches my stuff. I don't feel so bad. She's gonna get on me. Hopefully the subtitles are not in Spanish. But anyways, I get in the car with him. It's me, him, and like 2 of his friends, right? And then we're just cruising around, you know. We get some snacks. We thinking we the man, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like, we really rolling. We passed through this one girl's house, okay? And then, you know, we getting our Mac on, you know what I'm saying? By Mac on, it was really just me saying, hey, how you doing? You know, leaning back, acting like I'm cool. I was wearing like the most bootleg shirt ever. It didn't even say Aeropostale. I think it said like Postal or something like that. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm cool. I got my hat to the side. Yes, you heard it here first, folks. Yes, I used to wear snapbacks back in the day, but I wore them to the side. Okay, anyways, so we basically are leaving the girl's house because it's like 7:30, right? And he's like, yo, let's go get some pizza, right? So we're go get some pizza. And then my mom called me. She's like, hey son, how you doing? She's just checking up on me, trying to see how, you know, how I'm feeling, you know, what's going on. And I'm like, yeah, mom, I'm doing good. She's like, yeah, I just want to let you know we're coming home early. I'm like, what? Right? I'm like, what you mean you coming home early? She's like, yeah, we're coming home early. I'm like, okay, like what time? We're like 10 minutes away. Keep in mind the Domino's from my house to the Domino's is 15 minutes. Okay, so I'm like 10 minutes. She said, yeah, I'm just waiting for your dad to get done saying bye to everybody, and then we'll be heading that way. Bro, when I tell you, I looked at my cousin, I said, yo, you don't understand the beating I'm about to receive. My ancestors are gonna be looking at me like, yeah, that was me back in the day. They used to do it just because I didn't agree. Hey guys, I want to interrupt this segment just to let you know I enjoy the support that you guys have shown. You guys can just keep showing support by liking, commenting, and subscribing. That will help my channel a lot. I've noticed 70 to 90% of you aren't subscribed. So what are you doing? Just hit the subscribe. It's free, dog. But back to the video. Bro, I was like, please, cuzzo, I need to be at the house in 5 minutes. I know I'm asking for a lot. He said 5 minutes, okay. So he's swerving through traffic, yada, 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 right? And then we get to a stop sign. And then I see that he's like going super fast. I'm like, yo, bro, like hit the brakes. And he goes, I've been trying to hit the brakes for the past 2 minutes. So I'm like, what you mean? Like, what you mean you been trying to hit the last? What you mean, man? Like the brakes are right, just press the brakes, cuzzo. Press the brakes, cuzzo. And then he's like, look, bro. He's like pressing it. The vehicle ain't stopping, okay? So at this point, I'm like, yo, I'm about to die. I'm about to die. Now, here's the thing. I wasn't scared to die. Die was like number 2 on my list of things that I was scared. What I was scared was this 5'3" Caribbean woman that was gonna beat my ass into oblivion. Okay, so my cousin starts swerving, going through traffic, okay? And then finally the brakes start working a little bit. So he had to go into the grass. If you ever been in this situation, the only way you can stop the vehicle from moving that fast is maybe try to hit the emergency brake. Maybe if you really feel like you're just gonna, like, at that point the vehicle might turn over. But I mean, what's your chances? Either you die crashing into something or it turns over. But anyways, the brakes finally start working a little bit. So we hear the and then he goes into the grass, so the, you know, it gains, like, it stops it a little bit. So basically he has stopped, and I was still easily like 2 minutes by vehicle. But I told him, I said, bro, like, I just don't trust this vehicle. I'm gonna have to do it on foot. So I'm running, bro. Okay, Naruto running. Okay, no cap. Like, I'm running. I have never ran that much, bro. Never run that much. It was at least 7 minutes for me to get there. Okay, I had called my mom. I didn't text her. I had called her. Okay, I'm breathing hella heavy. Like, yo, mom, so like, how close are you to getting here? She's telling me she's 8 minutes. Okay, so I'm calculating. I'm like, okay, 7 minutes, I can make it. Bro, I'm going through the back of my neighbors, like, places and stuff, and I guess the neighbor has seen me. Okay, so pay attention to that, because that's going to be important for later. So boom, I'm like going over, boom, 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 ready. I get home. I'm I'm like, yo, nice. I'm here before you. My house basically has like 3 different entrances back in Puerto Rico. Has one in the front, in the side, and then there's one that you can go through, like, because the garage, which we call them marquesinas, are really huge. So there was that entrance too. So I went through the side because I knew my dad and my mom wouldn't have seen me. So I go through there, boom. Yo, I sit down on the couch. I'm like, yo, I'm good. I made it. I see them pulling up. I'm like, hey, mom and dad, you know, I'm giving them hugs, okay? Everything seems fine. They bought me food, you know what I'm saying? If you're Puerto Rican, you should know what chimichurri is. That's amazing, bro. To my Mexican people, that's a tripleta. And then to my, I guess my more American viewers, that would be like a sandwich. It's kind of like, yeah, it's like a sandwich, bro. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. It's like a sandwich, okay? We'll put a picture up here because I don't know how to describe it right now. So basically, I'm eating it, and then my mom receives a call. Remember how I said the neighbor has seen me? Well, neighbor called, and the neighbor is like talking to my mom, and I see my mom's expression going from, oh yeah, to, and she's looking directly at me. Now I'm munching. I just want like, and then she's like, and I'm gonna say it in Spanish, and now I'm like, oye muchacho, déjame hablar contigo. I'm like, oh. So I'm like, okay, mom, what's it about? Like, oh, mom, like, what's going on? She goes like, so the neighbor told me that she saw you running through the back of her yard. I'm like, huh. So now I go into deflection mode, okay? D1 gaslighter. I gotta find a way to get out of this, okay? So I'm like, nah, I don't think that was me. I know I heard somebody go through there. And she's like, you sure? I'm like, yeah. And then she asked me, okay? She said, so I noticed that the door on the side was open, okay? Where I came through, guys. Okay, because we had 2 doors. It was like a bars for the door, and then there was another one that you locked. And the lock was off. And my mom has amazing memory when it comes to locking. Trust me. Bro, I go like, man, you forgot to lock it, mom. She goes like, nah, I never forget to lock it. Now I'm sweating. Okay, now the character that's very important in this is my dad. So my dad gives me the dad look. This one I knew it was over for me. So I started confessing. I'm sorry, I snitched on myself. And I'll do it to anybody. I did it to my older brother, I did it to my little brother. There's something about your dad's look, especially a Caribbean man, that you just don't play with that. You don't play with that. You see your eyes flashing, your life flashing before your eyes. That's the truth. You do, okay? Whoever tells me anything else, your dad doesn't love you. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, I told you. Anyways, that's one of the things that like, you know, you think you know more than your parents and you end up yourself up. Another thing that I hated about puberty was like you're older, okay? Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, yo, just take a shower, you'll be fine, man. Nah, bro. Not this older. Bro, listen, I didn't know, and I know it's gonna sound disgusting, bro. I know, and you can clown me. You guys can clown me later. Bro, I didn't know that some deodorants don't work on you, okay? I had to figure that out on my own, okay? Now, I didn't figure it out till the 10th grade. I know. Nasty, I know. What's wrong with you? That you're even outside your puberty. Like, how the fuck are you, like... Anyways, that's not the point here. The point here isn't for you to roast me, okay? You can do that in the comments. The point here is, I didn't figure that out. And the way I figured it out was, there was this girl in class, okay? She was a pretty girl. She was a very popular girl, okay? We're gonna call her Melanie, okay? And not cheekless Melanie, not that one. You dogs, I know you guys. Anyway, so Melanie used to sit literally right next to me, and we would go into Spanish class right after basketball. Well, I would play basketball right before I go to like math class, because that's when I had my lunch period. Not math, sorry. Spanish class, when I would go to Spanish class. And just thinking about it is making me go crazy. But anyways, Melanie was what you guys consider Ice Spice, I guess you could say. That's what Melanie was, okay? So that's why she was popular. So anyways, Melanie basically sit right next to me, and my teacher would have a fan turned all the way up, okay? If you're Puerto Rican, you know what I'm talking about. In the classrooms, if you've ever been to anywhere outside the US, in the classrooms, they have these big ass fans everywhere, bro. Like everywhere, because it's hot as and they usually don't have AC. So anyways, I basically get there after sweating my ass off in basketball. And you know, I'm just like, you know, like I'm not smelling like really myself, because one of the things I found out once you're so accustomed to like an odor, it just becomes like normal. Like you don't sense it no more. Okay, so I go into Spanish class. I'm there, right? They put the fucking fan, this industrial fan, right next to my pupitre, or my, what's it called? My chair, basically, my desk, whatever you guys call it. Anyways, my desk. Let's call it a desk, right? And she's sitting right next to me. Okay, so I'm not thinking any of it. You know, I'm sweaty. I'm like pulling my shirt up, you know, because at that time, you know what I'm saying, your boy's body didn't look bad, you know what I'm saying, like your boy's body looked kind of like, oh, okay, he got a little, you know, I had the little V-line, little two, you know, little abs, you know what I'm saying, okay, you know what I'm saying, I was trying to, but anyways, then I look at the expression of Melanie, and she's holding her nose like this, looking at me, she's looking at me like this, and I go like, oh damn, does something smell bad? She looks at me, okay? She looks at me and says, yeah, it's you. And the whole class just looked at me and laughed. Now I remember I said, damn, I'm cooked. The prettiest girl in my school just basically told me I smelled like ass, okay? Like I was done. I was done. After that, bro, I was taking 2 showers a day, okay? I finally found the deodorant that finally worked for me, okay? It was this spray by Dove, and it's horrible for you, 100%. It causes cancer. But it was the only one that could help me. It's either that one, the healthiest one I recommend is maybe Manjack. I think it's called Manjack. It's really good. It smells really good. But yeah, another thing I hated about puberty was something that I know you guys are going to get on me about, and it's, to some of you women, to you guys it's called wet dreams. To us, we also have something similar, okay? Now I had no idea about this because my father wasn't somebody who would speak about these things, you know. It was more of, if you get it, you get it, don't bring no girl here pregnant, you know. And then one of the things my mom would tell me, remember son, there is no party without a hat, which means there's no, you know, don't have sex without a condom. Easy, boom, okay, boom. You got it, cool. So anyways, it started happening when I was 14, okay? And it's just like when you were younger and you're like peeing yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like you dream that you're peeing and then boom, you actually peed your bed. Same thing, okay? So I was having dreams about certain women that I saw in these telenovelas, which is basically like Spanish soap operas, okay? And it was a girl from, if you guys remember, Ruby, okay? Thought she was very attractive. I didn't know how attractive I thought she was, but apparently I thought she was very attractive. So I woke up that day in a pool, if you could say, of my excrements. Not excrements like poop, but you get it, okay? Baby seed, white stuff, cemento, nah. But yeah, bro, so I woke up with that. And I'm like, yo, like this is bad. Cause see, the thing is, the thing I didn't tell you, back then, me and my little brother slept in the same bed. So he's sleeping like literally like right next to me, okay? And I just basically secreted semen on the bed, okay? I know, it sounds harsh, okay? Baby powder was on the bed, okay? So now I'm trying to make sure, you know, I'm trying to take the covers off slowly and stuff like that, because I thought I pissed myself. That's what I'm thinking. So I go to my mom's and I'm like, yo mom, I had an accident, okay? I had an accident. She's like, oh, what happened? When I explained to her, she just starts laughing. I'm like, yo, this isn't funny, like something bad happened. She goes like, she basically explained to me what it was. Okay, here I'm scared, thinking I'm still peeing my pants at 13, okay? And then I got even more scared because I'm like, yo, I just, like, this is low-key kind of crazy because my little bird's sleeping right next to me. This might be in my baby powder too.